For decades, humanity looked to the red, barren dust of Mars to find the very first signs of alien life. We mapped the dry, irradiated deserts of our inner solar system, desperately hoping to find a fossilized clue of our cosmic neighbors. But the greatest secret in our solar system wasn't hiding in the dirt or within the warm, sunlit valleys of nearby planets. It was waiting far away, out in the absolute dark. 1.4 billion kilometers from Earth, suspended gracefully just beyond the majestic, glowing rings of Saturn, lies a frozen anomaly. This is Enceladus, a world so blindingly bright, it acts like a perfect cosmic mirror against the black void. On the surface, it is a brutal, silent sphere of solid ice, where the atmosphere is non-existent and temperatures plunge to a staggering -200 degrees Celsius. It is the ultimate wasteland of extreme cosmic isolation. But beneath that impenetrable shell of frozen armor, something utterly impossible is happening. Hidden away from the freezing vacuum of space, protected by kilometers of solid ice, a vast global ocean of liquid water is churning in the pitch black. Scientists were completely stunned. We are no longer looking at a dead, silent moon. We are looking at the most promising habitat for extraterrestrial life ever discovered in human history. This subsurface ocean isn't just a frozen puddle. It is deep, dynamic, and potentially warmed by violent hydrothermal vents at its core. How does a massive, churning liquid ocean survive in the freezing dead void of deep space? For a long time, Enceladus was ignored. It was just another chunk of ice floating in the dark. But in 2004, humanity's perspective shifted forever. The Cassini spacecraft, a billion-dollar marvel of human engineering, finally arrived at the Saturnian system after a grueling 7-year journey through the void. As Cassini began its orbital dance around the gas giant, it turned its cameras toward this tiny frozen moon. Scientists back on Earth were expecting to see a dead, cratered rock, a silent tomb. But as the first high-resolution images began downloading to the control room, the silence was shattered. The southern pole of Enceladus was not dead at all. It was violently, aggressively active. Gigantic glowing fissures scarred the southern hemisphere. Scientists called them the tiger stripes. And from these deep glowing cuts in the ice, something breathtaking was happening. Massive geysers were erupting, blasting supersonic jets of water vapor and ice particles hundreds of kilometers into the vacuum of space. It was a cosmic fountain, firing with such immense force that it was actively creating one of Saturn's outer rings. In a daring maneuver, NASA ordered Cassini to fly directly through these violent plumes to taste the water. What the spacecraft's sensors detected was the final piece of an impossible puzzle: salts, silica, and complex organic molecules. The basic building blocks of life, spewing out from the dark ocean below. Cassini tasted the water from orbit, but to truly understand this alien world, we have to look deeper. We have to go down. Imagine standing on the edge of one of the tiger stripes at the South Pole. Before you is a jagged, glowing abyss cutting straight down through the crust. The ice shell of Enceladus is estimated to be around 20 to 30 kilometers thick. To reach the water, we must descend through an endless, terrifying canyon of solid ice. As we sink lower, the blinding light of the distant sun quickly fades away. The temperature drops even further, and the only sound is the violent, deafening groan of billion-ton ice blocks grinding against each other. It is a claustrophobic, crushing descent into absolute darkness. The pressure builds with every passing kilometer. The ice surrounding us is as hard as granite, acting as a massive frozen shield against the deadly radiation of space. And then, the solid walls finally give way. We breach the bottom of the crust. Suddenly, the crushing ice opens up into an unimaginable void. We are now floating in a global, subsurface ocean containing more liquid water than the entire continent of North America. It is pitch black. No sunlight has ever touched these waters in billions of years. Yet, it is not frozen solid. Powerful, invisible currents swirl around us in the dark. We have entered the most secretive and isolated body of water in the entire solar system. But what is keeping it from freezing? As we sink closer to the alien seafloor, the ultimate question remains. In a region of space where the sun provides almost zero heat, what is keeping this massive ocean from freezing solid? The answer lies not in the stars, but in gravity. Enceladus is locked in a brutal gravitational tug of war with its massive parent planet, Saturn, as the tiny moon orbits. Saturn's immense gravity constantly stretches and squeezes Enceladus like a rubber ball. This relentless, violent physical distortion generates massive amounts of friction deep within the moon's rocky core. This phenomenon, known as tidal heating, acts like a colossal, invisible engine. It turns the very heart of the moon into a glowing furnace, radiating extreme heat outward into the freezing depths. When we finally reach the seafloor, miles beneath the ice, we witness the terrifying power of this internal engine. The rocky seabed is violently torn apart by glowing thermal rifts. Towering chimney-like structures rise from the darkness, spewing thick clouds of boiling, mineral-rich water directly into the freezing ocean. These are hydrothermal vents. Here, in the absolute pitch black, superheated water mixing with crushed rock creates a complex, toxic chemical soup. On Earth, similar environments found at the bottom of the Mariana Trench are teeming with bizarre, alien-looking life forms that feed entirely on chemicals instead of sunlight. If life exists on Enceladus, it won't be found swimming near the ice. It will be clinging to these boiling chimneys in the dark. If we are right about the hydrothermal vents on Enceladus, it completely changes the rules of the universe. For centuries, we believed that all life required sunlight to survive. But down here, in the eternal night of this subsurface ocean, biology would have to find another way. We are looking for a completely different kind of organism, extremophiles. If life ignited in this dark, chemical-rich soup, it wouldn't look like the fish or whales of our own oceans. It would be entirely alien. We would likely find bizarre, microscopic life forms clinging to the boiling rock, feeding directly on methane and hydrogen gas escaping from the core. These alien microbes wouldn't have eyes, because there is nothing to see. They would exist in a state of blind, constant survival, thriving in an environment that would instantly kill any creature from Earth. But what if evolution on Enceladus didn't stop at microbes? Given billions of years of stability beneath the ice, a complex alien ecosystem could have slowly developed in the dark. In the absence of sunlight, the only illumination would come from the creatures themselves. A ghostly, bioluminescent food web. Imagine strange, translucent predators gliding silently through the freezing water, hunting by sensing the microscopic vibrations of chemical-eating prey. The thought is as terrifying as it is profound. We have spent decades pointing our massive telescopes at distant galaxies, desperately hoping to hear a signal from intelligent beings. Yet, the very first proof that we are not alone in the universe might just be a blind, glowing creature swimming in the silent, hidden oceans of our own solar system. We now know the water is there, we know the heat is there, and we know the chemical building blocks of life are currently spewing out into space. Enceladus is no longer just a moon, it is the ultimate biological target. But there is a massive, frustrating problem. The ocean is trapped beneath an armor of solid ice up to 30 kilometers thick. We cannot simply land a rover and drill through it. The technology required to melt or blast through that much frozen rock, while surviving the extreme radiation of Saturn, does not currently exist. Space agencies around the world are designing radical new concepts, nuclear-powered drill bots, and autonomous snake-like submarines designed to crawl down through the erupting tiger stripes. But for now, these are just blueprints on Earth. The ocean remains totally unreachable, locked away in the dark. Until we can breach that ice, Enceladus will keep its secrets. It sits there in the freezing void, a tiny, glowing white pearl orbiting a gas giant, quietly hiding an ocean that could change human history forever. If we eventually send a submarine into those dark waters and find even a single microscopic living cell, it means life is not a rare miracle exclusive to Earth. It means the universe is teeming with it, hiding in the dark, waiting to be found. But until that day comes, we can only look at the ice, listen to the silent eruptions, and wonder what might be looking back. Thank you for exploring the unknown with us. Until next time, keep questioning the dark.